So a very common question we get asked, Alan, is what's a supplementary needs trust, and what are there different kinds, and how you go about setting those up.
Okay, Anthony, supplemental needs trust, something I've been doing my entire career, and there are two major types of supplemental needs trust, or SNTs, as a lot of people recognize. One is called a first-party supplemental needs trust, and the other is called a third-party supplemental needs trust. And these come into play when you have someone who is under a disability, and the disability has to be present and there when the person's under 65, because we can't create supplemental needs trusts for individuals over 65 and fund it. That's not allowed. So these trusts are basically being created, formatted for someone who's younger. And what we're doing with the first-party S&P is that this is the person's own money. So that disabled individual, whether it's award from a lawsuit, whether it's asset that belongs to them, or any asset that's in their purview, that's under their control, that's considered funding the first-party S&P. Now, the problem with the first-party supplemental needs trust is that the primary beneficiary of that trust is usually New York State, because you're basically allowing the person to keep their money for their lifetime and have things paid for their benefit. So it does benefit them, but the state is the first and primary beneficiary. You can have a secondary beneficiary, but if that person is getting Medicaid benefits or any other government entitlements, they're going to scoop up whatever money's left over in the first-party supplemental needs trust. The third-party supplemental needs trust is a little more organic. That's usually created by a loved one, a parent, a sibling, someone else in the family who's using their own funds to help protect and benefit a disabled individual in the family. So that can be done any way they want. They can have money set aside for them. They can have trustees set aside to make sure all their benefits are covered. And we don't have to worry about the state as a beneficiary. You can have any beneficiary be the creator of that trust. So these documents are very, very important to protect someone disabled, to allow them to get money, to allow them to receive government entitlement, SSI. These are probably the most important things for a disabled person that we look at.
And so these trusts are obviously designed to allow you to stay on your means-tested government benefits. So what can the trustee use the funds in the SNT for?
Anthony, that's really a great question. What you can use it for is anything that specifically benefits that person. So it can't be used to pay life insurance premiums that benefit a third party. It's using for that individual. I mean, trusts like that can own property. So if the property is for that person's benefit, it can own basically any asset that pay things for them. In fact, their day-to-day expenses, rent, mortgage. It can be used to pay anything that directly benefits that person.